Nathan, we really are off and running after that 2-0 home win over Southend tonight, and the place was rocking, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Pleasing result for a lot of ways. A lot of ways. Our first clean sheet in the league, which is a big thing. Look, we made a couple of changes, which were gambles and stuff, but they paid off, and I thought we were magnificent from start to finish. Southend, look, at a lot of got a lot of the very direct, the very physical side, energetic side. They get on seconds, they try to put it in your box, but I thought we defended as a back four, and especially the centre half defended it magnificently.
You say a couple of changes. There were 4 changes altogether from the side on Saturday. A lot of them at the back, obviously starting the very back with James Shea coming in for Marrick's day, and then Alan Sheehan missing out at centre half with Sonny Bradley and Matt Pearson, and they won everything, didn't they? And I don't think James had a shot to save, really.
No, it didn't, and for all they play and all the crosses they didn't have a chance, and that was a credit to the centre half, the back four, and also Glenn, how we defended, and how those in front of him pressed and worked hard, and we put in a proper shift today. And it was in total contrast to the first 45 minutes on last weekend, because against Peterborough we were shambolic defensively, whereas today we went from shambolic to brilliance, in the thing, and that sometimes is the level. But we knew that 45 minutes on Saturday wasn't us. It was nowhere near the levels we are. It was more second half what we were, and ironically we probably had less possession and less play and less chances than others, but it was the most convincing win.
Before we come on to the goals, mention one of the other big decisions, obviously Glenn Ray wearing the captain's armband, as he did at West Brom last week, but he came in for the injured Alan McCormack, and outstanding.
Brilliant, he's brilliant. He's been brilliant. He's been unlucky not to play, but I carried on with Alan from last season and so on. But Glenn's consummate professional. He's a warrior. He's an out-and-out defensive midfield player for me, and he's done magnificent. And he is a leader. He's a leader in what he does. He's strong. He's a quiet, confident boy. He believes in his own ability. And I thought he was excellent. We've got a few leaders out there, but he's an excellent leader for me. And him and she's the captain. Glenn, vice captain for me. They've been here since I came here, pretty much, and they never let me down. Those two,
And do the big change. Obviously, James Collins left out, and Elliot Lee moved back up front alongside Danny Hilton. And perfect start, 90 seconds on the clock, and he gets the opening goal.
Yeah, and we needed that. We just needed some. We haven't quite been firing yet, in terms of front of goal, and maybe that's because teams are very wary of what we did last year and so on. And James was a high scorer last year, so we felt that we haven't quite been. I've been very loyal to those, and we just haven't quite been firing. The work rate's been there, his performance levels are good. It's just he probably needed a goal. Elliot's looked very dangerous in the games that he's played. We've played him slightly deeper, but today we just felt that we had the squad to be able to rotate slightly and add a little different dimension. And he was, and I thought Elliot was brilliant for all night and deserved the man of the match.
Won the penalty as well. Danny Hilton's tucked it away, 2-2 now for Danny, but between them there was a real chemistry up there, wasn't there?
Yeah, look, they played well. We've got good striking options here. We've got real good striking options, and I'm pleased with that. To bring the quality of what we have. They were good together tonight. They worked hard. Danny Hilton was magnificent leading the line. Came into it as the game went on. First half, after his pen, he wasn't quite as fluent. The second half, I thought he led the line magnificently, and I thought it was a magnificent second half performance, because it could have been, the keeper kicks in absolute might. It was a bit like a League 2 game again, but they had more quality than the League 2 side. When they get into areas, they have real attacking threats and pace and power. They have 2 strikers that have been scoring goals, and I thought we contained that magnificently. And then on the counter second half, we had some wonderful chances that we should have extended our lead, and that's the thing.
Is that perhaps the one disappointment, that we didn't extend the lead, because we had several breakaways going through 1-on-1, and say the keeper has played a blinder in the end for them, hasn't he?
Yeah, keeper's had a magnificent game, and he's a focal point for them, because they're very direct in terms of when they go from keeper to penalty box, really, in terms of that. So he's had a wonderful game for them, but we've got to be more clinical in that way, and normally we are. But someone said to me, you're going to win tonight 2-0, keep a clean sheet, the performance level, I would have accepted that, so I'm very happy.
We could go through everybody tonight. The midfield were excellent. George Graham, Pelly, Andrew Shinney, James Justin came on, both sides of the diamond, and he was involved in all sorts, wasn't he? And really running riot.
Well, I've just said to him that's a game changer, because we've had a couple of game changers that's come on in recent weeks that haven't impacted, but he came on and was absolutely electric, and the kid's had to bide his time, and he's been, he should be playing at a high level, but we have 3 fullbacks here that can all play at a higher level. So it's difficult, but he was absolutely superb, and he showed that athleticism, that but a desire to go on and do well for me, and that's what I want for my game changers, because I don't think I've had that. And when I looked at my bench today, he was the one I felt that was really going to stretch things, really going to do it, and he did. And I thought he was brilliant. But we'd have liked to have got more, but I'm delighted with the win, because that was the big thing tonight.
And obviously you've got a lot of time for Chris Powell, done a great job down there. You know, this side they finished 10th last year in League One, so not a struggling side. They would be Bradford on Saturday. It's a real good one to get us off and running.
They're a good side. They're a good side. I'm not being condescending after the effort. They're a good side. Mick went and watched those, and they're a very efficient 4-4-2. They know when to press. They play with each other. They can link. They have good threats. You see the people they bring off the bench. They're a good side. I mean, they were totally dominant against Bradford on the weekend. So we knew we were in for a tough game. We got off to a great start. Then we doubled the lead, and then we contained them. We had to defend our box well, which we did. But second half, I thought at no point were we comfortable. But there was a good second half performance from us, defending the first ball, getting on the second, breaking through that. Because it was different to have any fluency really, because it wasn't a game where they pressed high and then they kicked long, so it was difficult to have real fluency. But I thought we contained them, limited them to 0 clear-cut chances, and then we're a real threat ourselves. So it's a pleasing result, and especially because they are a very, very good side.
And the atmosphere under the lights is always good, isn't it? But their songs were being rolled out, and it was a real feel-good factor again, and really something to look forward to now with Shrewsbury coming on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a brilliant place. I know we go on about we need a new stadium, which we do, and for lots of reasons which are well publicised. But this place, the Old Kenny, is when it's rocking, the atmosphere, and when the team give them a performance to get behind, it's wonderful and it's brilliant. And this is our home. It's my home, and we love it. And it's a great result tonight, great performance, fans, great night, atmosphere, and those who turned up. And I said, Luton fans are magnificent. They got behind the team even after a really poor performance first half on Saturday. That wasn't us. And they kept singing, they kept thinking. Then they saw a bit of Luton second half and a dominant performance, albeit 3-0 down. But tonight they got a proper performance, and now hopefully this can start a build from here.
Well done, Nathan.
Cheers, thank you.